From the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., this is Rewind. This week, at a press club breakfast, Chairman of the Republican National Committee explained how the loss of the 2012 presidential election was a humbling experience for the party.
There's no one reason we lost. Our message was weak. Our ground game was insufficient. We weren't inclusive. We were behind in both data and digital. And our primary and debate process needed improvement.
The second-term GOP chair believes the Republican Party must make conservative principles relevant for the 2016 presidential election.
We can be true to our principles without being disrespectful to those who don't agree with 100% of them. Finding common ground with voters will be our top priority.
At an NPC luncheon, the president and CEO of United Nations Foundation promoted empowerment of adolescent girls to combat global poverty.
Girl power, to me, is one of global development's most potent weapons in the fight against poverty. A healthy, educated, empowered adolescent girl has the unique potential to break the cycle of poverty for herself, for her family, her community, and her country. We call this the girl effect. And it's not rhetoric, it's fact.
At a newsmaker event, Syrian opposition leaders suggested the solution to the conflict in Syria needs to be both political and nonviolent.
For us, we're Syrians, we want our political solution. We don't want any power to engineer for us their solution. We want it to be national, to incorporate all of Syria, to be the interest of all the Syrians. Think of the whole Syrian land, not just divide Syria into pieces. We want peace in Syria. We don't want Syria to turn into pieces.
In response to Iran's claim of increasing military capabilities, a French military official expressed skepticism concerning the gap between Iran's rhetoric and their reality.
There was somewhat of a hoo-ha about the Iranians developing a version of the Blade Runner fast attack craft, which is a very swift British-built patrol boat, which goes up to 65 knots. The idea being that they strap a missile launcher to it and they have a relatively good asymmetric capability. But I'd like to see the military, any military that's able to direct missiles while traveling at 65 knots in anything resembling Sea State 1 or 2 and make that militarily effective. So I think we should be careful about taking the Iranians at their word about what they've actually built and also about how useful it might be.
One U.S. senator who introduced the America Works Act stressed the need to close the skills gap, which causes an estimated 600,000 American jobs currently to be unfilled.
When you see a fellow who's with the IBEW or the sheet metal, you know they have a set of skills that they come out with. And as we do this, we can meet America's needs for smart, talented, skilled, advanced manufacturing. We can lead the world because with natural gas prices coming down, with currency in other countries increasing in value like in China, we have a moment coming up, I believe, and together we can take advantage of it.
Executive Chef Susan Delbert opened the Press Club kitchen to her friend and PBS chef, Pati Jinich, who was promoting a new cookbook, Pati's Mexican Table. Guests began the evening in the Fourth Estate by making their own margaritas with a specialty-provided Milagro tequila. Chef Jinich then guided the patrons through the delicious 6-course innovative Mexican dinner and described the theme of her recipes. From the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., where news happens, this is Rewind. I'm Jennifer Schonberger.